Welcome to Vegas Circle with Paki and Chris, and today joining the circle with us at Bottega Exchange, we're excited to have a former NBA player, C.J. Watson, played 10 years in the NBA and is now an author of a new book, a new children's book called C.J.'s Big Dream. Just read it this weekend to my kids, man. It's an awesome book.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Got a lot of nuggets in there, and just welcome to the circle, man. Excited to have you.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Thank you for joining us, CJ. Big fan.
Appreciate it.
Just to start up, man, you're a Vegas legend, man. We're going to talk a little bit about ball.
I wish.
No, you humble, man. Humble man. But you point guard for a while. But before that, where did it start for you, man? I know your parents, great people from Tennessee. How was it growing up for you?
It was fun. It was different. Growing up in the inner city, we didn't have a lot, but we made things work. Always surrounded by my family, my younger brother, aunts and uncles. We roll like a pack. So like in my high school games, it'd be funny because it wasn't just my mom and dad, because my mom and dad are loud. I'm kind of shy, but my aunts and uncles, when they would come, it'd be crazy. It'd be yelling at fans, getting in fights. But it was fun though. It was great times.
Are they all from the South? Or
all from the South?
Okay,
that's why I think I got the shy gene, because they all talk and they're outgoing, and I'm just shy and just kind of laid back. So
I was seeing your parents really hit the books. They brought you to astronauts camp in the beginning.
My parents have a unique, not unique, but just a different story. They were growing up in the inner city in poverty in Tennessee, and they moved away to get to Vegas because my dad probably stayed there. He'd be probably dead or in jail like all his other friends. So my parents moved here. And then I was born, and my brother, and then they just wanted a different life for us. They want us to be successful, make something for ourselves, and just have a different lifestyle than what they had growing up. So it's a real different story, but I'm glad it happened.
Did they have anything lined up when they came here, or they just came here as like an opportunity ready to go?
You probably have to have my mom and dad on the podcast. They got so many stories they can tell you. But I think my mom's mom moved here first, then her son and daughter came, and then my mom came, and they all just came. So
got you.
There was no plan. They just came.
What was it like for you growing up here and going to school here and ultimately going to Bishop Gorman and kind of?
It was fun. Everyone always asks me, how is it growing up in Vegas? I'm like, we don't live in casinos. We don't live on the Strip. There's neighborhoods. There's everything that you guys have. We have the same thing, but it was just fun. I just tried to play basketball to stay out of trouble. And eventually, as I got better and better, I figured out that was pretty good and I could make something of myself. So just kept playing.
What would you say is the most valuable lesson that you learned growing up?
Just to always work hard. If you work hard, good things will come to you, and just work hard for your success. And that's what I did. Just kept my head straight on, tried to, and I just kept working.
One thing I learned as I moved to Vegas is that there's so much homegrown talent here.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that we started doing this podcast, interviewing a lot of people who were born and raised and kind of grew up. What do you think kind of contributes to that success growing up in Vegas?
As Vegas, I think as athletes, we don't get the respect that we deserve, kind of, and because we can play, kind of under the scene, under the spotlight because of all the bright lights and the casinos and stuff like that. So there's definitely a lot of talent. A lot of talent doesn't stay in Vegas. I feel like they always go outskirts and go to college and stuff like that. But there's so much talent here. Older generations, newer generations, even now, like at Gorman. Kid at Coronado. There's so many great players in Vegas.
It's like high quality talent too. It's like almost superstardom levels.
Especially now with social media. It's just crazy.
Have you seen any of the games with Bishop Gorman this year?
Not this year, not yet.
Okay.
I've seen a couple last year, but not this year.
You paid attention to Mwani Wilkinson by any chance?
Yeah, I like his game. He's athletic. Actually, one of my old teammates, he's the head coach at Vanderbilt, Jerry Stackhouse. He was trying to get him, but I guess he went to LSU. So but he loved Mwani.
Tim, his father, man, is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
It's a real good dude, man. I'm happy for him, man, because he's worked his behind off.
He's going to be good.
Very talented. Yeah. So did you always think you were going to play professionally? Because I know we're going to get into the dream, of course, but did you know or?
No, I didn't know, man. I see my dad's friends now because they're older, and they always used to say when they came over to the house, I would say I'm going to be in the NBA, but it was so long ago, I don't really remember that. Honestly, I didn't really think about the NBA until my sophomore and junior year in college. Found out how much money they made, and I was like, this could be a nice life. I was like, I might as well just keep working hard and try. But honestly, I just went to school and played basketball because I knew my parents couldn't afford college. So I knew I had to get away to find out the way to get there because I wanted to go to college, but I just didn't know how to get there. So
and you did well, man. You almost got like a 4.0, right? In school,
it was close. I was like a 3.3. I mean, I wish I had a 4.0.
okay. But you had hit the books, man. And then you were undrafted, right?
Undrafted, doing overseas for my first year.
Where'd you go?
First 6 months, I went to Italy, Reggio Emilia, Italy.
Oh, okay.
And my last 2 months, I requested a trade because I had a different coach every month in Italy.
Wow.
So I was playing and not playing, then playing and not playing. So after that, I was like, just get me out of here. And then I went to Greece for the last month. So.
Did you? Okay. How'd you enjoy over there, man? Just 'cause
I didn't like it at all. It was terrible because I was by myself. I was 20 coming out of college. Didn't know any Italian, didn't know anything, so it was tough the first 6 months. So it was pretty bad.
So did you trying hard? That's
that's tough.
Yeah.
And you went to school in Tennessee, right?
Tennessee, yep.
Okay. So when you finished school, you went all 4 years and then went overseas?
Yeah,
did you graduate or?
No, I didn't graduate, but I graduated 2010. I came back and finished. Yeah, I went back every summer and graduated. So
you did the Michael Jordan, man, when you actually played and then went back.
I promised my grandparents, my mom, that I would finish and get my degree, so that's what I wanted to do. So
that's awesome, man.
Going undrafted and playing in the league for 10 years, that shows a lot about your character. That's like a lot of perseverance because people don't. Usually, if you're going undrafted, you kind of give up, and you seem like you went and really went to work.
Yeah, it was hard because honestly, I never told a couple of people this story, but when I was overseas, I wanted to quit basketball because I went undrafted, went overseas. I didn't like it. Then I went to Greece, didn't like that. It was not a bad experience. This one didn't fit for me. Mm-hmm. My parents were over there for a month to help me celebrate my birthday, and I was just like, I want to give up. I want to quit. And my parents were like, no, don't quit. This is not what we do. We work hard. We continue to push, grind. Things don't work out. You just keep pushing. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But I really wanted to quit. But who knows if I would have quit, where would it be?
Did they give you a second wind almost?
They wouldn't let me quit. I don't know. Maybe it's because they knew what they went through and they wanted to see me kind of succeed or whatever. But so I'm glad they didn't let me quit.
So you played over there for about a year, and then who picked you up first? Was it Indiana or?
No, I went overseas 2006, then came back. Played in the D League for 1 month. I killed in there, and then I got called up by the Warriors.
Oh, so you went to the Warriors first?
Yeah, that was my first team, yep.
So did you play with Steph and some of the squad over there?
I played with Steph. I played with Barron. I played with Steven Jackson, Al Harrington, Matt Barnes.
Okay.
And Steph's rookie year, we played together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see he was that talented then?
Yeah, he was talented. Yeah, we didn't know, he would be the superstar that he is now. I don't think anyone could have predicted that, but he definitely had flashes. He came in and started right away, so it was great for him, and I enjoyed playing with him.
What about Barron, man? Barron's a beast, man.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's an absolute beast.
To this day, I still hang out with him, still cool, call him, and when I go to L.A. and he comes here, and he just makes me laugh, man. I just don't know what about him.
you guys need to do something together with Black Santa and all the stuff he does with the kids.
Funny. He's too out there. He's all over the place.
I know. He's a funny dude, man. And then Steven Jackson, too, obviously the NBA player. You played with him, and we'll get into the big three, of course. How did you enjoy playing with him, man? Because he's just got so much wisdom, man.
He's a good dude.
I love playing with him. He's a ride or die kind of guy. He always had your back, supported you, and just wanted you to succeed. And he was always cool. Took me under his wing, him and Barron and Al Harrington. So I'm grateful for all those guys.
All those guys are state-of-the-art people, man.
Yeah.
I mean, all state-of-the-art people. And who did you enjoy as far as NBA teams? Who did you enjoy playing with the most, man? Because you had the opportunity to kind of jump around a little bit.
I would say the Warriors, number one, and number two is like the Bulls. We were the best team for 2 years, the best record. D. Rose, Joakim Noah, Luau, and our coach didn't take any BS. He held everyone accountable from the number one guy to the last guy on the bench. So that was probably my favorite team.
That was my 2K team for a while.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Chicago, so I love. I never met D Rose, but D Rose is just humble, man.
Very quiet. Humble. I thought I was quiet, but he's way quiet.
It's amazing what they've been able to do, man. And you played for them for a while, then, right? For about 2-3 years.
Every team for 2 years, actually. It's crazy.
How did you deal with that? Because NBA, you learn that it's a business, of course, and we've noticed with talking with different people that we've had on. How do you not get frustrated and be like, man, this is a BS? Like you move your family, or you single, or whatever.
It's just like an audition. You're training. There's so many teams. Well, not so many teams, but there's 30 other teams in the NBA. So every night you're auditioning for a different team. You never know who's going to have an open roster spot or who's going to have a need for you. So you just go out there and play hard every night. So that's all you can do. Really, you can't really worry about the other stuff.
Yeah, with everything going on, man. I mean, it's I gotta ask you. I mean, with Kobe, what you played against Kobe. I know you have him in your book. You know a lot of the wisdom with that. What did that impact have for you?
It was big. He was an idol to me. I don't like to say the word idol, but he was someone I looked up to. I don't know if you remember the game where he crossed over when they played, the Lakers played, I forgot who they played here, but he crossed over, and took off and dunked it.
Yeah. I think it was a preseason.
It was a preseason game in Vegas, and then, and I was a kid then, and the next day I went to the gym and tried to do the crossover, all that kind of stuff. So he was just a big idol to me, and I kind of worshipped him, would try to pattern my life and game after him, and it's just tragic what happened.
Do you think I'm seeing everything going now with Jerry West? Do you think they need to change and put Kobe and swap Jerry out?
I don't know.
It's a lot of talks about it. Yeah,
it would be nice, but you never know what can happen. It would be a nice tribute for him, and just to celebrate his memory and all the things that he's done for basketball.
Yeah, just his wisdom, man. I mean, I've seen, just hearing I know when you were working out, you're probably working your behind off, but I just heard him saying having that extra workout. So everybody does 2 workouts. He was doing 3 workouts.
3, 5, 4, 5. You never know how many he was doing, but he just had a different level to him that he attacked. And I think just the way he approached the game, like he said, he would work out at 4 in the morning, take his kids to school, go back, go to practice, then work out again after that, and watch game film and tape, all that kind of stuff. So just the effort that he put into it, it's just inspiring.
When you hear that and you hear the work he's putting in, you kind of model your own stuff. You're also a professional athlete. You're like, I'm putting in a lot of work.
It's hard enough to get here. He's working 10 times as hard.
I mean, how do they do it? I mean, LeBron, I heard stories of him putting up $1.5, $2 million that he's spending on his body from food and nutritionists and things like that. How are you able to keep your body? Because you're playing 82 games and then possibly 100, when you had the playoffs. How are you able to do that? And just
it takes a lot of focus. You can't really party or do everything that you want to do, but it's all a habit and something that you have to give up. If you want to last 10, 20 years in this league, you got to give up some things, and those things are the off the court kind of stuff. And as long as you put the time in, you'll get the results.
Yeah. What do you kind of see the vision of NBA now, man, with all the super teams and things like that? Do you support the super teams, or do you feel that you should go your own lane? Or
I like it. I mean, if you're good enough to get Kevin Durant on your team and you already have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, I mean, that's your loss.
That's fair enough.
You gotta beat us. I mean, and it takes a lot to beat them, but when you beat them, you'll probably feel the best in the world. So it's always good. It makes everyone step their level of competition up. It makes everyone step their level of competition up in the summer, in the season, just to get better. You got to work on your skills. So if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So
how important are relationships? Have you ever decided to go to a team because you're like, oh, I like that guy?
I think it's pretty big, especially now.
Basketball, you see, a small team.
You see so many friends playing together, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it doesn't work out. But I think it's great for the game of basketball and just to be social and networking, all that kind of stuff. It goes hand in hand, so it'll last a long time.
I love seeing everybody out there. Actually, you could tell they're friends.
That's
the best.
It kind of sucks, dude, because they're not as competitive too when they're kind of friends. You're picking your friend up. I'm not picking you up. You're on another team. So,
well, see, I'm glad you brought that up, because when you think that they're a friend, but when back in the day when Magic and all these guys were playing,
they were still elbowing each other.
Isaiah.
It's just different times. It's different day and age. And I think certain people are raised in different eras. It's just you just got to live with it.
Do you think it's because they don't want to hurt them? If you injuries and things like that, or
I don't know. I just think it's a different era. Like a lot of my friends would say, this era is soft. So I mean, which is probably true, but can't say that these days. People get sensitive.
Well, we're gonna get into that too, because of Charles Oakley. I got questions for you on Charles Oakley, because that boy was bullying everybody.
He's still a bully.
I know. He's a beast, man. So, who is your top 5? So, your starting 5 of all time
ever, in no order. I mean, Magic is one of my favorite players. I gotta throw Kobe in there. Jordan, Tim Duncan, and Shaq.
That's a big squad, man.
I mean, Bron's like my 6th man.
Okay.
So
how come Shaq compared to Elijah Watt and all these cats?
Nobody could guard him. When he was a Laker, he was unstoppable. Drop step, he's dunking on everybody. Yeah. He was still agile. He can move. I mean, he's just unstoppable.
I feel like he's underrated a bit.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
I used to watch him play. He was kind of boring a little bit watching him, but he just constant putting up points.
And then my argument is also who was Kareem? Not Kareem, but who was Wilt and Kareem playing against?
Yeah, true.
They weren't playing against really 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers like Shaq was, and he was still bullying them and beasting them and all that kind of stuff. So,
that's a good point.
Kareem gets Kareem is still number 1 in points. So, I mean, I don't know.
Hard to argue that.
It's hard.
It's hard to argue that one.
And he played for so long, man.
Right,
it was consistent for that long.
Yeah.
So it's amazing too. Just talk about Magic a little bit, man. If you pay attention to what he's doing just offline with business, and he's just
definitely
unbelievable.
Inspiration also. Yeah,
have you met him?
Once or twice. Yeah, I met him. Yeah, talkative guy. Charisma. He's always energetic. So he's a great guy.
That's awesome. So with transitioning from the NBA, you went over to Turkey. Was that just this past year?
2018, I think it was.
Okay, so 2018.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy playing over there?
It was cool. I just wanted to continue playing. I wanted to see if I still had it.
You balling out, man.
I think I can still play now, but my limbs don't really move like that no more. I need a lot of ice. But it was fun just to go over there, see a different country I've never been to, enjoy a different culture, and just meet some new guys and befriending some guys that I probably stay friends with forever. So it was cool.
Was it better going overseas the second time around?
The second time, yeah. I think I really took it more for granted. I walked around, walked in the parks, walked in the cities, went on some touristy stuff. So my first time I didn't do anything. I stayed in the house, was on the internet. My first phone bill was $2,000 from just talking to my phone, my parents, talking to my parents, and just being homesick. So it was a big difference.
You should have just downloaded Skype on your thing, man.
They didn't have it at that time. In 2007, it wasn't no Skype.
Point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how spoiled we are. You put together the technology. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, are you still playing for the Big Three? I saw this past year you were playing for the Killers 3, right?
Killer Threes, yeah.
Killer Threes. I'm sorry.
I played last year, so hopefully I'll play again this year. We made it to the championship game last year, so we got some redemption to come back and try to win the championship.
And you partnered with Steven Jackson again, right?
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah.
So what was that like, playing with him in the NBA and playing?
It's fun. He's still the same. We're both a little older. He's a lot slower. He still has it too. He can still play, but it's all fun.
What do you think the difference is? Because you running down the court compared to paying that half court setup. Yeah. Is it the same or?
It's the same for me because I grew up honestly playing 3-on-3 at Dula with my dad and all his friends. It's way more physical. In Dula, it's pretty much the same as Big Three. It's prison ball. They foul the hell out of you, and there's no fouls. You can't call anything, or they'll look at you crazy or tell you to get out. So it's the same for me. I wasn't anything different, so I was pretty much used to it.
It's funny seeing Gary Payton, man, because Gary Payton just be talking crazy to everybody. Do you ever see Gary Payton and Charles Oakley go at it?
I've never seen it.
Would be hilarious.
Yeah, it probably would be. I've never seen it though, but that'd be one for the.
That's what I want to see because between Charles,
I plan to be a fly on the wall for that one.
Man, yeah. What's it like getting coached by Charles Oakley, man? Because he's got so much wisdom.
It's fun, man. I didn't know what I was getting myself into at first. I thought he'd be more talkative, but he really has a lot of knowledge. He knows the game, and he really wanted to win. He didn't want to lose at all, and I think that's what got us to the championship game. It was him being the coach, and the players also wanted to win also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to transition. I enjoy. I think it's coming on the fourth season.
Fourth season, yep.
Yeah, and I went to one of the games when they had it. I know they do a full tour, but it was impactful, man. I hope it keeps going. The energy's great. I mean, they got the whole event, and
I think the new rule will probably make it more fun for fans. Also,
what is the new rule?
I think you can play like 1-on-1. So, like, if someone calls a foul and the coach wants to challenge it, you can pick a player or something like that to go 1-on-1.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
So it'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Oh, that's going to change. That's going to change the game, man.
Yeah,
this is going to be a lot.
Do that for All-Star, yeah.
Man, I would love to see that. Yeah,
Giannis versus LeBron for.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
You think people will go for that, or do you think like the players?
So.
Really?
Yeah, as long as no one gets hurt, I think it'd be fine. Yeah,
that's going to start some stuff because I know between Kyrie and all these cats that was talking crazy before with the 1-on-1, that'll open up.
Screaming, follow him.
Right,
change the whole setup. So that's great. So hopefully, this year you'll end up playing with them. When they do a tryout, right? They do a draft, or how does that work?
Tryout and draft. I think it's end of April, maybe. I think.
Okay.
So and then season starts. I think end of June.
And how long does it go for?
Just 10 weeks.
10 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. So like June to like August.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's fun. Yeah.
That's great. So just kind of transitioning a little bit about business ownership. Know a lot about Quiet Storm Foundation. You guys are doing some amazing stuff, and I know we can get into some of the dates and everything. Can you share with the listeners what Quiet Storm is and what you guys are doing?
Quiet Storm is a foundation founded by me and my parents in 2009, I think it was. We just wanted to inspire kids, give them hope. Especially coming from the inner city. That's where we hold our basketball camp at Doolittle every year because that's where I played and that's where I became and kind of got my game kind of so. And we just want to give kids a chance to believe in themselves, to do the things that they want to do in life. So the sky's the limit. There's no bounds or limits to what you can do and just reach for your goals pretty much. And
I saw with Black History Month, you guys are doing a student essay contest. And a luncheon, so they can actually apply for that. So that's great that you put the books behind it. They can actually, win, which is awesome. So,
and then we take them to DC, I think, this year. So
to DC?
Yeah, they go to DC to meet to the White House, the Assemblyman.
What ages are they doing?
6th to the 8th grade.
Okay, awesome. That's great, man, to be able to do that. So you guys are really putting it in, and they be able to do that. So
it's fun for them.
Are you guys doing any camps too? Or
we have a free basketball camp we put on every year called Hoops for Hope, Doolittle Community Center.
Okay.
End of July.
So summertime, okay.
Summertime, yeah. And we have an out-of-school program every second and fourth Saturday at West Preparatory School. And we teach them how to make healthy food, smoothies, stuff like that, granola. And then we have a health instructor come in, teach them about fitness. And then we also have a STEM unit also where they Like last week they did a crime scene. Some of them wanted to be doctors and lawyers and investigators. So we mapped out a crime scene for them, and they had to figure it all out and find the answer. So it was pretty cool.
It's multiple facets.
Yeah, multiple facets. Yeah, just try to get kids open up their minds and be responsible, and also just have a big imagination. So
that's awesome, and especially that you're talking about the health and the food.
Yeah.
Because the food right now is what's
killing us. Yeah,
especially inner city as well.
Yeah. We don't know what we're eating, so we're just eating it.
Yeah. That's great that you guys have a nutrition to come in. We went to an event before, and they were just talking about just juicing. You know what I mean, for the kids, and it's great that you guys are doing that because the kids need to hear that, and they need to hear it from you. Right. You know what I mean, to be able to see it. So, what do you want your brand to represent? Obviously, building an amazing brand.
Just positivity. Just hence the title. To dream big. Shoot for the stars and just let your imagination run wild. You can do whatever you want in life. It doesn't have to be a basketball player. It can be a doctor, a lawyer, it can be an entrepreneur. It can be whatever you want to be. So we're just trying to make kids see that everything out here is reachable and attainable.
And then what actually made you write CJ's Big Dream? Did you just come up one day and you're like, man, I got to do it? Or?
Yeah, I was just sitting on the couch one day and said, I want to write a book. I want to still inspire kids because I'm not playing basketball anymore. So what other way to try to inspire kids besides reading? I mean, a lot of kids love to read, or they should be reading. So, and why not put it in a book to see a story like myself, and then make sure they know and understand what's to come from it. So,
and what's even amazing more, I mean, obviously it's Black History Month being in February, and just seeing the history of slaves not even having the opportunity to read. And now you actually putting it out for kids to be able to do it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's big. My grandma actually was not a slave, but she helped my aunt integrate schools, so black and the whites went together. So it's big for her. She's not here anymore, but it's big because my aunt got to see this, and I think it's pretty big for her, and she enjoyed it. So I'm glad it happened.
Just on a side note, did somebody draw like an amazing picture of your aunt or somebody that I saw?
Oh, it was my grandma.
Oh, sorry, it was your grandmother. Okay.
Yeah, my two grandmas. Yeah,
man, I saw that. I don't know who did that art, but that was
pretty. Her name is Pretty Artist.
She is absolutely amazing, man. I saw that
in person. Yeah,
I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that too for sure. With that being said, funny stuff that you talk about on the book. I read it to my kids this weekend. What made you do with the sticky socks, man? That was just something that kind of planted. It was hilarious. Is that like a ritual that you?
No, it's something that actually happened when I was younger. I had these superstitions about socks, putting on my pants the same way, or get on the bed same way. So the socks was a big thing for me growing up, and I think kids were resonating with that. And a lot of people have been saying like, "Oh, I like the stinky socks," but that would be
making
crazy.
It laugh.
Yeah. I didn't think people would say that.
You got to have some humor in the book. Yeah. So it's doing amazing. So it's a great short book. Everybody needs to get this book for the kids, man. Especially it's got great wisdom in there. If you're able to talk about it, you actually have already written a second book already?
Yeah, second one's coming out March 10th. So
you ain't messing around, man.
I think this one will be, kids will resonate with this one also. It's about CJ going to school, but he's having trouble with his homework. And if he doesn't pass his homework, he can't play in the next game. So I think kids will understand it and understand that education is key. Without education, you can't do anything in life. And that's what was big for me coming up, because if I didn't have good grades, my parents wouldn't let me play. So
that's great.
When does it hit you that you kind of have an ability to make an impact on people and like actually turn that corner and focus on that?
I don't know. I don't think it still has hit me. I just try to inspire kids and just tell my story. And if it resonates with you and it helps you to do whatever you want to do in life, I think that's great.
That's great, man. And then kind of transition into Vegas, just obviously because we're here. What do you love about Vegas here?
Everything. I mean, just the city, the smell, casinos. You know, I don't gamble that much, but I like walking in the casinos. I like the weather. I love. People say you can't live here because it's so hot, but I'm just so used to it. Been a kid playing in the heat, and I always loved it. So there's nothing I would change for the world.
Yeah, how hard is it playing basketball in the heat when you're kind of outside?
It's not hard at all. It's easy because you go get the hose pipe, you spray some water on you, and get back out there.
That's great. How have you been able to stay focused and not, go down the crazy rabbit holes with obviously making money in the league and things like that, and then living in Vegas? Because you always hear, everybody was so scared moving teams here.
Right, yeah.
They were worried that people were going to go crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, just family, the support system I have, and also not wanting to gain everything, not wanting to lose it also. So I don't want to give it all away at a casino or wherever else. So just try to stay focused.
You think kind of growing up here it helps deal with other temptations in other cities?
For sure, yeah. Because I think this is one of the worst animals, I feel like,
Yeah,
it's worse.
Can't get crazier.
It's worse than New York. It's worse than LA. It's worse than Miami. I feel like this is number one.
If you grow up successful here, it feels like you're not going to get caught up anywhere. In a bunch of anything else.
Yeah,
else.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Huh. It's funny because I remember asking when I was in the barbershop with Tim and those guys at Cut Above. They had me laughing because I would say to them, how can you raise your kids here, like, raising your boys and things like that? And they're like, and I'm glad you said it. You said it starts at home.
Yeah.
And you were talking about education with CJ's big project coming up. And I'm glad you're talking about the homework because that's where it actually starts at, is actually doing it. And the homework nowadays, man, at elementary school, they started kindergarten, they getting
books
full on unbelievable.
My daughter's 3, she has homework. I'm like, I don't understand it.
Well, my son is crazy. They're doing a project right now. They got to do a full-on presentation at 5 years old. And you're like, he's 5.
Right.
But it's great that you're putting those nuggets in now, to be able to do it.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just trying to start them early. That's where it starts at. If they get it now and understand that you can't do it without being successful now, then they'll easily transition later.
So we always ask people about having their favorite restaurant here, man. I know you like to eat, man. So what's your favorite restaurant in Vegas?
I like El Dorado. You been there before?
El Dorado? What is? I've never heard of. Mexican spot. Okay,
yes.
Where is that at?
There's one by Sapphire. Bad.
I don't know nothing about Sapphires, man. You're trying to give me punched in the face.
But they just opened another one in Tivoli Village, I think.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
okay.
So it's really good.
Okay, I think I did see that.
And I like Carbone also.
Is that
Italian?
Italian spot?
Aria.
Okay.
Yeah. I like sushi, so it's called Kaizen Sushi Place.
Is that in Northwest?
It's like right across from Hard Rock.
Oh,
okay.
I'll be all over. I don't know.
Oh, you all over that. So you get that out there. You talk about Sapphires, get Cordonia, get you in trouble, man. That's good stuff. So I haven't checked out. I got
it's a landmark.
Don't get me in trouble. I got to check that spot out. So the Mexican
really
food.
Good,
And you said they might be opening one up in Tivoli?
They did open one.
They did open it.
Last week.
Okay, they must have just did a renovation though.
Yeah, because it was an older Mexican spot, and they just changed it, I think.
Is that where I see the billboards for it? Like one at the top of Vegas?
Yeah. It's really good, yeah.
You got to check that out, man. There's so much stuff happening in Vegas right now, man. It's great.
Definitely.
What do you think the impact? Obviously, the Knights are doing amazing. But what do you think the impact of the Raiders?
I think it would be good. I'm not a big football fan, but I'll definitely try to go to some games, and I think it'd be great for the community. I think once Vegas sees a successful team, they'll definitely rally behind it, and support them. So I think it'd be fun for them.
What about getting an NBA here? We're looking forward to that.
I mean, honestly, everyone asked me that. I was like, man, don't do it. Because
I
wanted to play for the home team.
Oh, you were pissed?
Yeah. But no, I think it'd be great. I think eventually we're going to get an NBA team. I think it'd be successful, so can't wait.
You seem like you have the infrastructure here for it. You have
for sure. I heard they were building one next to Sahara, though.
Yeah.
Or building the groundwork for the gym and stuff, so arena. So I don't know.
That'd be great.
For that.
It's nothing but growth. Nothing but growth. I mean, what else is on CJ's bucket list, man? I know you're doing a lot now, so.
Won an Oscar like Kobe did for a short film. I want to eventually maybe turn this book series into a cartoon series or a short film, and that's my goal. Hopefully I can bring that to fruition and see what happens. So I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be great, man. Yeah. That'd be great to be able to see that.
Yeah.
So,
like you say, hard work makes it happen. So.
Yeah. Speaking into existence.
Yeah.
That's great. Is there anything we didn't ask that you want to talk about to be able to promote and for the future, maybe for 2020? I know you guys probably have some upcoming events for Quiet Storm Foundation, maybe this year or.
We have the Hoops for Hope basketball camp, like I said, in end of July.
Okay.
And that's really about it. Me and my wife have a healthy vending machine business.
Do you? Okay.
So instead of all the junk food and snacks, it's all healthy food.
Excellent.
And
what's the name of that company?
More Love Within, healthy vending.
Okay.
So
what do you guys have in there, man? That's
veggie straws, pretzels, seaweed.
Okay.
You got to partner with the schools.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying. Yeah, trying to get in there.
It's great that you're doing that because with all the sodium and crap in food, that's excellent that you.
That's why I'm overweight.
That's sodium. That's salt, man. Yeah. That's salt to get you. So that's great, man. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Where can people find you at?
On Instagram and Twitter, my name is QuietStorm_32.
Okay.
Facebook, I think it's like official CJ Watson. I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's about it.
I forgot to ask you, is Quiet Storm a nickname?
Yes.
Is that okay? That is your name. Okay, that makes sense.
The story behind it, yeah.
What is the story? I forgot to ask you.
So me and my brother always went to Tennessee in the summertime to spend time with my family down there. And this point, like tattoos start becoming big. I think one of my teammates, my Gorman team, they got the tattoo first, and I thought it was fake. I didn't believe him. I tried to rub it off, but it didn't come off.
Yeah.
So the next summer, me and my brother go to Tennessee to visit my sister, and we stay with them. And my sister had this guy, this crackhead, who gave like cheap tattoos. So we were getting a tattoo for like $60. And me and my brother got the same one, but I didn't know what words to put under there.
Yeah.
So my sister was like, why don't you just go with Quiet Storm? And I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And then she's like, yeah, you're quiet and shy, and your game hits people like a storm. So that's where quiet.
That's what's up. Did that resonate in the NBA? Yeah, that's a good name. That's a good branding.
It just stuck with me, so we just kept rolling with it.
Well, it's amazing, man. You can come back anytime, man. We'd love to hear more about CJ's big project. But we appreciate you hanging out with us,
Appreciate
man.
it. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff.
Definitely, CJ.
Thanks, man.